Very good morning all the students. I am CA Abdul Qadir Arsiwala. In the last lecture we had discussed on various elements of the cost. Today we will be discussing on classification of the cost. Now as you can see on the screen, the cost can be classified into three major categories. One is the cost behavior basis, second is on the inventory basis, and third classification is the classification of cost in relation to the cost center basis. So one by one in today's lecture we will be discussing all these three classification of cost. So the first classification of cost is on cost behavior basis. On cost behavior basis, the cost can be classified into three categories. One is the fixed cost, second is the variable cost, and third is the semi-variable cost. So we will start off with the fixed cost. A fixed cost means a cost that remains constant within a given period of time. Okay, means this type of cost does not change with the fluctuations in the production. Suppose you are having a factory, and in that factory there are you incur various types of cost. Now when we talk about fixed cost, these costs will not change on the basis of your output. For example, this cost will remain same. Even if you produce 1 unit, you will incur same amount of cost. Even if you produce say 1000 units or 10,000 units, still the cost will remain same. So that cost which does not fluctuate with the production is called as fixed cost. Okay, in fixed cost the per unit cost varies with the change in volume of production, but the total cost, that is the total fixed cost, remains the same. I'll explain this with an example. See the table given here. Here the output in the first row is 0 and the output, that is the production, in the last row is 10,000. The total fixed cost, you can see over here, the total fixed cost remains the same, that is 10,000. Okay, they do not change with the change in the output. However, you will notice here that as the production goes on increasing, this cost is distributed amongst these units, and higher the output, the fixed cost goes on decreasing. So we say that per unit fixed cost varies with the production. Per unit fixed cost will go on decreasing as the production goes on increasing, but the total fixed cost will remain constant. One of the example of fixed cost is the rent for the factory. Suppose you are paying 50,000 rupees per month for the rent for the factory in which you are producing goods. If you don't produce anything, if you produce 0 units, still you will have to pay the rent. And if you produce suppose 1 lakh units, still you will have to pay the rent. So the total fixed cost, here the rent is treated as fixed cost. Okay, and it will remain same, it will not change irrespective of the levels of production. The second classification is the variable cost. The variable cost are those costs which vary directly in proportion to the change in the volume of production. Means these type of costs directly change with the output. If the output increases, the cost will also increase, and if the output is low, the cost will also be low. The examples of variable cost are direct material, direct labor, direct expenses, and variable overheads. Let us look at the variable cost with an example, and this table If you carefully look at this table, the first column shows the output in units and the second column shows the variable cost. The per unit variable cost will always remain the same. Let us assume that this is nothing but a direct material. So we will assume here that for producing 1 unit, 10 rupees material is required. So if you are producing 0 units, you will not require any expenses. The variable cost will be 0. But as the output goes on increasing, for example, once you produce 100 units, then you will require 1000 or material of 1000, and this comes by multiplying the output of 100 by 10. Okay, so for each unit you will require a material of rupees 10, so variable cost will be 1000. And as the output goes on increasing, for suppose 5000 units, you will require material of 50,000. For 10,000 units, you will require a material of 1 lakh. So variable costs are these types of costs which keep on increasing with the increase in output. The next classification is the semi-variable cost. These type of costs contain the elements of both fixed and variable cost. Hence, we say that these type of costs are partially fluctuating cost. Okay, means they will not increase with every increase in production, but after a certain point of time or after a certain output, the cost will increase. A simple example for this will be your electricity bills. Okay, just take an example of your electricity bills which come at your home. They are examples of variable cost, not completely variable, not completely fixed, but semi-variable cost. In that electricity bill, you will be able to see that there is a fixed component, that is, per month certain amount will be charged towards electricity bill, and that will be called as fixed energy charges. Other than that, whatever electricity you consume will be charged additionally at a certain rate. That is the variable component in that bill. Also, you will notice that the rate or the variable component rate changes with the output. So if you are using not more than 100 units of electricity, then the rate will be something else. Once you cross 100 and reach in the bracket of 100 to 300, then the rate will increase. Then once you cross 300 units and go into bracket of 300 to 500 units, again the rate will increase. So the rate increases in step ladder format. Okay, the rate does not increase immediately, and the rate does not remain fixed even, but the rate increases in this step ladder format, and hence we call these type of expenses as semi-variable expenses. There are numerous examples of semi-variable expenses in your day-to-day world. Telephone expenses are semi-variable expenses. Electricity expenses are semi-variable expenses. At many times, printing expenses are also semi-variable expenses. Packaging expenses can be classified as semi-variable expenses. Why? Because all these expenses are having a fixed component and a variable component in them. The second classification of cost is classification of cost by inventory. Here, the costs are classified as either the product cost or the period cost. Now, product cost are those costs which are directly charged or identified with a specific product. Okay, for example, if you are manufacturing ball pens, then in that manufacturing process, the plastic used for manufacturing ball pens is directly attributed to that product. So if you are using 1 ton of plastic and manufacturing say 1 lakh units of plastic pen, then this 1 ton of plastic and the cost of that 1 ton of plastic will directly be attributed to the ball pens as a product cost. Okay, so product cost means those costs which are directly attributed to a product. The examples of product cost are direct material, direct labor, direct expenses and manufacturing overheads. Contrary to the product cost, period costs are those costs which are not charged to particular product but a particular time period. One of the examples of period cost are the example of rent. The amount of rent is never charged to the actual product produced, but they are period cost. For example, they will be charged to a year or to a month. Okay, so these type of costs are charged against period, while some of the costs which are directly identifiable to the product are charged to the product. Hence, this is the difference between product cost and period cost. Period cost include all the fixed expenses like administration expenses, then selling and distribution cost. Okay, because these costs cannot be directly classified or identified to the product, and all these costs are identified as period cost. The third and final classification of cost is classification relating to the cost center. Here the costs are classified as either the direct cost or indirect cost. The direct costs are those costs which are easily and directly allocated to the product or units. For example, suppose you are manufacturing ready-made garments. For the manufacture of ready-made garments, you will be using certain cloth materials, and that cloth material becomes the direct material for manufacturing garments. This cloth can be directly associated with the final product, that is garment or whatever garment you are producing, and hence this cost will be classified as direct cost. So the cloth will be direct cost for manufacturing garments. Okay, various cost can be classified as direct cost. All those costs which can be directly allocated to the products can be classified as direct cost. The examples are materials, wages which are paid to the labor, certain expenses which are incurred directly like production expenses and electricity or power requirement by factories. All these can be classified as direct cost. The indirect expenses are those expenses which cannot be directly charged to the single product. Okay, why? Because they are incurred for many products. For example, if you are having a garment manufacturing factory, which we discussed about, here we incur certain expenses for repairs of machineries. Okay, now this is not a direct expenditure. Machineries, there are numerous machineries in the factories, numerous machineries are doing numerous work. Hence, this type of expenses cannot be classified as direct cost, it will be classified as indirect cost. Salary to the factory foreman, okay, the manager who looks after the production, again will be classified as indirect cost. The depreciation of the machine will be classified as indirect cost. The rent and the other charges for the machines and the factory again will be classified as indirect cost. So in short, all the expenses which cannot be directly attributed to the product are called as indirect cost, and all the expenses which are directly attributable to the cost of goods which we are producing are called as a direct cost.